Hibiscus the Purifier, also known as Hibiscus Alter or Halter, I'm not saying the other Alter nickname, is a 5-star incantation medic who's only available through the headhunting gacha, and was first released alongside Ebenholz in the Dissonanzen banner during the Lingering Echoes event. Halter has an undisclosed amount of combat experience, most likely being more than the 1 year of experience that her base form has, as Halter is now a young adult compared to her teenage form. She stands at 160 centimeters tall, 7 centimeters taller than her base form, was born on the 21st of June, one day before Lava in Victoria, and is of the Devil subclass of the Sarkaz race. In our archive files and promotion record, it's noted that everyone has witnessed the growth of those in Reserve Op Team A1, with Halter drawing particular attention. While her healing techniques have matured, the old Hibiscus, who made demands of everyone, vanished at some point. She now gives gentle advice on what would be best for someone's health, rather than confiscating the snacks and forcing patients to follow her health schedule. Simply put, she picked up on a better way of showing the side that cares to others. After learning under Pith, she now has become the mentor, with her work gaining a degree of professionalism. Hibiscus, during her time where she studied to be an attending physician, treated every practical as an opportunity to learn, which allowed her to quickly climb the ranks in the medical department of Rhodes Island. Through this, she gained a huge amount of experience in patient care, with her gentle mood allowing treatment to go and progress smoothly. This medical knowledge also aids Hibiscus in crafting a theory of nutrition, her specialization, with its value being recognized by Cal. This theory allowed the ward facilities of the medical department to be upgraded. When Rhodes Medic Ops carry out field missions, they usually have at least one field op accompanying them to ensure their safety. There's a fair amount of disconcerting info in reports from field ops who worked with Hibiscus. One such excerpt was a field op about to go beat another infected, before being reined in by Hibiscus, leading to no conflict between the op and the infected occurring. Lava has repeatedly asked the medical department to pay close attention to Hibiscus's mental and physical state. The pressure Hibiscus faces from not only being an infected, but a Sarkaz must be bearing, doubly so when she tries to help those who hate her. So far, Hibiscus has never refused a single field mission. Hibiscus often mentions the block of buildings where she used to live. Based on her retelling, it was something similar to a slum in the corner of Londinium, with the slum being very diverse. Despite their differing races and backgrounds, they all share the experience of doing what they can before they put their roots down. Though Hibiscus paints the slum as filled with peace and harmony, could such a neighborhood truly exist? Perhaps she sees things through rose-tinted glasses, or was lucky and had no concept of prejudice back then. She may be more resilient than we can imagine. The promotion record is a mission report from Adante, specifically on the Visheim incident. She mentions that Hibiscus was simply amazing during the incident, looking after the infected, acting decisively, and removing a large-scale infection in the afterglow, recommending a promotion for her efforts. However, she does also mention that Hibiscus repeatedly put her own safety at risk to fulfill her duties as a doctor. There's an excerpt from Hibiscus on this incident, mainly commenting on how great the people and food were. In her character art drawn by Shimono-kun, Halter wears a white collared shirt with black tie, underneath a dual-strap purple vest with a double breast button at the top and long black coat, with clasps at the bottom and an embroidered edge, a black skirt with stars design, black thigh highs with straps on the lower left thigh, black leather high heel lace-up boots, black gloves, a ribbon in her hair, a bracelet on her right wrist, and a pink hibiscus, ironic, on her lapel. She holds a black and silver case in her right hand, and a unique-looking flute in her left. Halter, much like her base form, is confirmed to be infected. She has a cell originum assimilation of 14%, nearly double her base form, and a blood originum crystal density of 0.3 parts per liter, 0.1 parts per liter more than her base form. There's a comment from Ansel in the files, saying that Hibiscus is just as strict on herself as she is with others, but a certain battle left a significant impact on her, and her infection is progressing. Regular exams are required. In her voice lines, voiced by Iguchi Yuka, who also voices Tsukihi Aragari in the Monogatari series, Index in A Certain Magical Index, Make Reizi in Girls und Panzer, Kretsch Karsten in ReZero, many characters in Kantai Collection, notably Kaga, and Kawakaze in Azure Lane. Halter reminisces on the past and her medical work.
ドクター。ああ、緊張しないでください。検査の催促に来たわけじゃないんです。ただ、少しここにいたくて。このロドスでは何も変わってないのは、ドクターの執務室だけですよね。A1 招待でみんなと一緒に訓練してた日々を思い出しますね。みんな本当に成長しましたよ。私も経験したことすべてに意味があるって言えるように、これからも努力を続けます。病気や怪我は薬と手術で治療できますが、恨みと偏見がもたらした苦しみはどうやって治せばいいのでしょうか。ドクター、私は心を癒せる人になりたいです。患者さんの術後の経過観察が必要なので、ロドスの病室を一部改装する予定です。必要な物資はこちらにリストアップしましたけど、確認されますか？はい。こうした仕事は今私が担当していますよ。ドクター、皆さんのご意見を参考に健康食の味を改良しましたよ。自分の考えに固執するのが良くないこともありますからね。相手の意見に耳を傾けて、相手の立場に立って考えてこそ問題が解決できるんです。もっと早く気づいていたらよかったのに。前はよく皆さんに厳しく当たっていて、健康な生活習慣を強要したり、病状を悪化させるような行動も絶対に許しませんでした。なのに、自分がそれをできていないなんて。でも、心配しないでくださいね。私にはまだやることがたくさんあるんです。ここで倒れたりしませんから。病気は肉体的に辛いだけじゃなくて、心にも影響があるんです。今の自分はどう思われてるんだろう。前みたいな生活に戻れるかなと心配してしまうんです。患者さんのそういう不安が消えるまで、私の治療は終わりとは言えません。リターニアで女の子を助けたことがあるんです。目が覚めて私の顔を見た瞬間、叫びながら逃げていきました。キャプリニーとサルカズの角ってそんなに変わらないと思ってたんですけどね。他人の考え方はそう簡単に変えられませんけど、少なくとも患者さんには怖がられたくないな。ラバちゃんってこの頃人が変わったみたいなんですよね。注意しなくても早寝早起きするし、お説教される時もあんまり口答えしなくなって、それでなんだかかえって心配しちゃうんです。ドクター、もし疲れたり辛いと感じたら何でも私に話してくださいね。喜んで聞きますから。このフルートですか？実はこれアーツユニットなんですよ。ビセハイムから持ち帰ってきたものです。私はあの場所で初めてアーツで人を傷つけ、初めて目の前で永遠に友人を失いました。これを手にするたびに、あの時の気持ちが蘇るんです。回復した患者さんを嬉しい気持ちで送り出し、かつての仲間に微笑みながら別れを告げる。みんなそれぞれ違う理想を持って、異なる道を歩いても、きっと何かが残るはずです。ドクター、今日は一緒にお食事してもいいですか？ラバちゃんも呼んできましょう。
At E2 with max trust and potential, Halter has 1,508 HP, 593 attack, 109 defense, 20 resistance, a 66-second redeploy time, 15 DP cost, and a 1.6 second attack speed. Her range is the standard range of an incantation or standard medic. At max trust, she gets plus 60 attack. At max pot, she gets minus 2 DP, minus 4 seconds to redeploy, plus 22 attack, and a buff to her talent. Her talent, which is unlocked at E1 and buffed at pot 4, Dusk and Dawn, at E2 pot 4, has Halter's attacks inflict 14% arch fragility, meaning arch damage is amplified by the corresponding amount, to her target for 5 seconds. Halter has 2 base skills, with one being unlocked at E2. Her first base skill, Alternate Operator, when she's assigned to the CC, each altar increases the morale of all ops in the control center by plus 0.05 per hour. Her second skill, Nursing Specialist, when Halter is assigned as the trainer in the training room, medic operators get plus 30% mastery speed. If they're training the skill to Mastery 2, training speed is further increased to plus 45%. By the wording, I assume it's just raising it to plus 45% training speed and not plus 75% training speed. Halter's first skill, Attack Up Gamma, gains SP over time and is manually triggered, lasting 30 seconds at all levels. At level 7, it starts with 10 SP and needs 35 to proc. At M3, it starts with 15 and needs 30. At level 7, Halter gets plus 60% attack, raising it to 914. At M3, Halter gets plus 100% attack, raising it to 1142. Her second skill, Nurturing Touch, gains SP over time and is manually triggered, lasting 8 seconds at all levels and starting with 10 SP at all levels. Level 7 needs 19 SP to proc, and M3 needs 18. At level 7, Halter reduces the movement speed of 2 enemies in range by minus 35% and deals 140% attack as arts damage to them per second, which is 799 damage per second for a total of 6,392 damage for over 8 seconds as long as they stay in range and don't die. At M3, Halter reduces the movement speed of 2 enemies in range by minus 45% and deals 170% attack as arts damage to them per second, which is 971 damage per second for a total of 7,766 damage over 8 seconds. Hibiscus the Purifier is an interesting type of medic, the incantation medic, which allows her to kind of play 2 different roles at once. This is because incantation medics act as casters who target enemies instead of friendlies, dealing arts damage to them while healing friendlies in range with a percentage of the attacks from enemies. Her stats are decent. Her S1 further buffs her attack and therefore her healing abilities. Her S2 not only buffs attack but also slows enemies down. And her talent allows for enemies to take more arts damage from the debuff that it applies, with seemingly no cooldown in between. But, as the saying goes, jack of all trades, master of none. Her arts damage, compared to core casters, is found to be lacking. Her S2 only lasts for 8 seconds and can't easily kill tougher enemies and isn't easily sustained. Her talent only makes targets take, at max, 14% more arts damage, and she can only heal when there are enemies in range, kinda defeating the whole purpose of being a medic, with that healing only being 50% of her attack on an enemy. So if she hits an enemy for 100 points of damage, she only heals 50 points of health to an ally in range. The only way you get halfway decent healing is from either having one of her skills procced and there being an enemy in range. Honestly, I don't see much of a use for Halter for a variety of reasons. As of writing this, Read the Flame Shadow, another incantation medic, has just released and is leagues above Halter. I'm sure everyone has seen those videos of Read the Flame Shadow absolutely wrecking house with multiple explosions. If you want arts damage and healing, why not bring a caster and a medic? Or an arts guard, arts defender, or medic defender? They would all, realistically, do a much better job than Halter, who's trying to juggle being a medic and a caster at the same time. Her sister and Kristen have this personality dilemma with their altars. Low recommendation for raising and building, doubly so when she wasn't a welfare op from the event. Thank you for watching. Please follow my Twitter for updates, and please check out my other Arknights and Azure Lane videos as well. There will be a teaser out tomorrow for next week's character summaries.